this is the one that kind of did it for me. Hi, Miller. All right. Welcome back to Vinyl Reckoning. My name is Matt. It's just me again, just hanging out by myself because nobody wants to hang out with me. It's fine. I'm not sensitive. It's great. It's great. Yeah, you behind the camera. Okay. All right. So I've been doing a lot of thinking about the idea of guilty pleasures and how I don't really buy into that, because you like what you like, and plus, of course, it's like murder, but like, don't do that. Especially in music, right? I don't see anything wrong with people liking the music they like. Just because your taste or my taste differs doesn't mean I think you should feel guilty about what you like. I've kind of always preached this, but I wanted to put my money where my mouth is, per se, I guess. And show off some records I think some people would tell me I should be embarrassed to own, and these are records I actually thoroughly enjoy listening to. Another quick little video today. We're gonna get started right away. First up, we have Limp Bizkit, $3 Bill, y'all. I've said this in a past video. If you didn't have a new metal phase, you're lying. Especially if you're between the ages of like 32 and 40, absolutely everybody had a new metal phase. Counterfeit, great track. Stuck, great track. Try to listen to Stuck and not sing along. It is one of the best new metal albums to ever exist. And of course, you know, they did like Significant Other and whatever came after that. But this one has always kind of stuck with me. And I remember every word. I think I played it in the car yesterday, and not the record because that'd be weird. But you know, the album itself. And I think it holds up. I think it's a great album, and hopefully Fred Durst is proud. Moving on to... Before I show this, I look at pop music the way I look at Michael Bay movies. Sometimes I just want to put something on that's visually appealing, or in this case, sonically appealing, and not really have to think about or dive too deep into or break apart, dissect it, learn about it. With that being said, NSYNC, No Strings Attached. One of their best of the 3 full lengths they had, because it was a self-titled, this one, and Celebrity, I think. Every track is a banger. Production-wise, it's a brilliant pop record from a boy band from the early 2000s. I almost wish I had like multiple copies of this, because I just want to play this all day, every day, and I don't want to wear it down too much. But I mean, you look at the singles, Bye 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 is going to be, I think, the top one. It's Gonna Be Me. I mean, it's memed for Christ's sake. But like, also Just Got Paid, Makes Me Ill, all great songs. Again, it's one of those things you put on, you know every word. Don't lie. Don't lie. I don't feel bad about liking this music. You know, I think there's this facade that YouTubers and people who do podcasts, this guy right here, I only listen to this type of music, gatekeeping, all that fun stuff. Absolutely no need for that. I think NSYNC's No Strings Attached is a great album. And the actual 90s kid in me absolutely adores this album. Hootie and the Blowfish, Cracked Rear View. Now, the 2 singles off this album, I think 3, they all sound exactly the same, but this is peak 90s alt rock. Through and through. That and the Bare Naked Ladies. They're not on this list. But this, for sure, is one of the best 90s albums to ever exist. Only Want to Be With You, Look Away, Hannah Jane, all those, Hold My Hand, all those songs, what do the kids say now, slaps? Absolutely, slaps. Up next is a record that I definitely thought I shouldn't put on the list, because there were other contenders, but realistically, I think you'll stop watching my channel altogether, the few of you that do. But I really felt like I needed to touch on this record. Changes by Justin Bieber. Now, I'm not a believer. Is that what they're called? Person behind the yeah, okay, that's what they're called. A believer. But I think I heard Yummy as the lead single, fell in love with it. Everything about it, the production, just the vocal stylings, everything about it, loved it, picked up the record, and never looked back. I don't own any other Justin Bieber records. It's strictly Changes. Changes? Yeah, Changes. I got it right this time. We're going to be moving from pop back and forth, but realistically, I do love pop music. If you listen to our podcast, you know that, and it's not some sort of ironic thing. It's just pop music to me is super formulaic, and it's almost comforting because you know what's coming next. Up next is a record I absolutely adore. And I want to be clear, I think everybody should own this if you own nothing else from her discography. Dedicated, I can't really say it, but Dedicated by Rae Jepsen. I will say I think this is her third effort. Her first two were great pop albums. I feel with Dedicated, she kind of came into her own, matured a little bit, really made a record she wanted to make. In my opinion, there's nothing really that stands out as far as like, oh my god, this is the track from the album, but it's super cohesive, flows nicely, and at the end of the day, it's a really good experience listening to this. So everybody go pick this up along with the Dedicated B-sides, simply because it's a whole other album of songs. And if you're thinking about getting into pop music, it's a good place to start. Again, not even remotely embarrassed to own this next one. No such thing as guilty pleasures in my eyes. Korn, Follow the Leader. Korn had great albums before this. One good album after this. But Freak on a Leash, Got the Life, All in the Family. This record is strictly a classic nu metal album. To me, again, only second to $3 Bill Y'all. I think it's just simply I was introduced to Limp Bizkit before Korn, not too long before, but a little bit before. But this was all over MTV. You couldn't avoid it. It Got the Life, Freak on the Leash, probably the two most heard songs by my ears when I was a kid. But this album, when I got it, I spun it, was shocked that I remembered every word and really kind of dove into it and enjoyed it thoroughly. So if you find a copy of this, definitely pick this up as well. Last, but definitely not least, we're going back into the pop music, so if you just want to end the video now, please feel free. Dangerous Woman by Ariana Grande. This has two of my favorite songs by her. Do I own her entire discography? Bet I do. I think she's one of the best pop artists out right now. But this has Dangerous Woman, which is the title track, and it has Side to Side, which is her #1 song in my opinion. I think as far as pop music goes, she stays with trends, and she does it very, very well. Now, with that being said, again, I want to end this video with don't be embarrassed by what you like. Don't be ashamed to like specific music. If it makes you feel good or makes you feel something, wave that flag high, is the saying. I don't know. But before we end this video, I do want to say we do have merch for sale. You can get it in the link in the description. We also have an Instagram. It's at vinyl_reckoning. Make sure to check us out, give us a follow, do all that fun stuff. And for Vinyl Reckoning, just Matt. I think I'm going to legally change my name. Y'all be easy. Have a good night.